wanted to do it, but I felt scared and kind of sheepish, and I remember having a choice. And I decided, you know what, I am going to step into my shoes, and I am going to own my voice, and I am going to start singing, speaking, writing, and merging all these cerebral ideas I have about modern feminism and put them into my music.
From free bleeding while running the London Marathon to drumming with M.I.A, Kiran Gandhi is a force to be reckoned with. And now, with a solo debut EP under her belt as Madame Gandhi, Kiran is fusing her activism with her art to, as she puts it, elevate and celebrate the female voice. She's passing through Toronto for a show, so I'm going to go meet up with her at a vintage drum shop to talk about the power of feminism. You know, you had a bit of a viral moment when you ran the marathon in London, tampon-free on your period. Why do you think people are still so fucked up about our periods?
Yeah, I think that to this day, women are still valued for our looks and our sexuality, and a period is not something that is sexy or sexually consumable to a male palate, and so we're taught to hide it away and be shameful of it. We don't have a word for female masturbation, we don't have a word for pleasure. Most women don't even know which hole is where, what anatomy is what. It's a complete disaster. It makes me so fucking angry. Then we moreover teach men that they don't have to know how women's bodies work or where their pleasure centers are. And pleasure is power. You know, when I ran to prioritize my own comfort in that moment. I was running a marathon. I didn't think a pad would be a good situation. No man I know would put cotton between his balls and go run 26 miles. Chafing is a real fucking thing on a marathon. This is what I'm saying. A tampon, I didn't want like a half in, half out situation. I didn't have a menstrual cup at the time, so I just took some Mylar for the pain, bleed freely, and just run. The story went completely viral. Can you imagine? Because it's just such a baffling thought that we as women would reject our own shame and say, actually, my body's so fucking amazing. I'm literally bleeding while running. I still crossed the fucking finish line. How extraordinary. And women do amazing things on their periods every single day that goes uncelebrated.
How does your activism influence your music?
Everything that I learned as a kid that actually impacted me and impacted my understanding of my gender identity came from music videos, came from MTV, came from the Spice Girls. There was good influences like Girl Power, Spice Girls, and there was bad influences like watching rap videos where women's only value was how naked they were. So I knew that I wanted to use my music to send my message. When I ran this marathon, the story just was a huge thing, and I started getting asked to travel, to speak, and then to perform. And people said, oh, you're a musician, why don't you do a show after? I said, a show? I've always been the drummer on somebody else's project. I was the drummer for M.I.A, I was the drummer for Thievery Corporation, but I don't have my own work, you know? And I always wanted to do it, but I felt scared and kind of sheepish, and I remember having a choice. And I decided, you know what, I am going to step into my shoes, and I am going to own my voice, and I am going to start singing, speaking, writing, and merging all these cerebral ideas I have about modern feminism and put them into my music.
What do you think is the most pressing issue for women, for feminists right now?
I really would love to see us celebrate female sexuality in a way that is joyful and positive and not oppressive and not used against us or corrupted by the society we live in. You know?
Or commodified.
Or commodified, exactly. We're seen as, you know, these names, slutty or manipulative and all this. That's because we don't live in a vacuum, and I acknowledge that women's bodies have long been our only source of power in this capitalized world. But I'd like to believe that we will go towards a future that is female, a future where we love femininity and we're able to just enjoy our sexuality and our pleasure in the same way men are.